I'm so proud to be here today to introduce Roegshanda Pascoe from Cape Town, South Africa, as our International Women of Courage awardee. In July 2016, Shanda witnessed a brutal murder of a young man by a gang member. The killer stared directly at Shanda, only a few feet away from her, threatening her as he continued to stab the young man. Shanda knew the victim well, and she comforted him while he lay dying in the street. And due largely to her credibility as a peace activist, gang members began to harass her and they threatened her in an effort to silence her. When she persisted, they broke into her home and fired guns at her colleagues, and even at her children. But thanks to her courageous testimony, a South African court convicted the perpetrators and they issued the maximum prison sentences. Despite these sentences, the gang leader maintained a hit on Shanda, and she and her family continue to this day to live in hiding. Shanda embodies the truth. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather it's pushing on despite that fear.
My youngest daughter woke up yesterday and she looked with big eyes at me and she said, I just dreamed and saw how they killed you. And the one thing I said to her, when I took the decision to take the stand, I knew it could go both ways. But I know, and I'm not going to die as a coward. I'm not going to die as a sellout on our people. If I want to die, I want you as my child to carry this message that my mother stood for truth and justice for all of humanity.
The entire U.S. mission to South Africa and I are pleased and privileged to present Shanda Pascoe as an International Women of Courage awardee. We thank her for her service, for her sacrifice, and for her commitment to the human rights and dignity of all people.
So this award means so much to me. I want to thank the American Embassy for recognizing the work that I'm doing on the Cape Flats against crime and violence and femicide against women and children. I think this means also so much to our youth out there, knowing their circumstances don't determine where they can go. And I hope it will encourage them to stand up and rise above their circumstances. I think the other thing for me is the building of bridges across the world, globally, with other countries, because as sisters we are facing the same challenges in our countries, and together we can do more and we can overcome.